Out on the vast, chilling expanse of the open sea, a group of fishermen were going about their daily routine, casting their nets and hoping for a good catch. The day was like any other. Until they spotted something unusual in the distance, a small, white speck, bobbing precariously on a solitary block of ice. As their boat drew closer, their hearts sank. It was a polar bear, and it was in serious trouble. The massive animal was visibly exhausted, clinging to the melting piece of ice as it drifted further and further from land. The fishermen knew they couldn't just sail away. This magnificent creature, a true king of the Arctic, was stranded and facing a grim fate. Without hesitation, they decided they had to do something. But how do you rescue a polar bear? Their first thought was to get the bear onto their boat. This was incredibly risky. A panicked, powerful predator on a small fishing vessel could be a disaster. They needed a plan. Carefully, they maneuvered their boat closer, trying not to frighten the already distressed animal. They could see the desperation in its eyes. The ice floe was shrinking by the minute, offering less and less sanctuary. Thinking fast, one of the fishermen had an idea. Instead of trying to haul the bear aboard, what if they could give it a pathway to safety? They started tossing anything they could find, buoys, nets, pieces of wood into the water between their boat and the ice, trying to create a makeshift bridge. It was a long shot, but it was their only shot. For a moment, the bear was hesitant, wary of these strange humans and their noisy machine. It let out a low growl, a warning. The men held their breath. They spoke to it in calm, soothing tones, as if trying to reason with the wild giant. Slowly, cautiously, the bear seemed to understand. It tested the first floating object with a massive paw, then another, with painstaking slowness. The polar bear began to move, using the floating debris to pull itself through the frigid water towards the boat. The men watched in stunned silence, their hearts pounding. It wasn't trying to attack them, it was trying to save itself. Instead of climbing onto their vessel, the bear used the side of the boat as a guide. Swimming alongside it, the fishermen realized what it was doing. It was using their boat as a shield against the strong currents, conserving its precious energy. They slowly turned the boat and began the long, careful journey back towards the distant shoreline. They became an unlikely team, the fishermen and the polar bear, navigating the sea waters together. Hours passed. Finally, the faint outline of land appeared on the horizon. As they got closer, the bear seemed to sense it too. With a final, renewed burst of strength, it pushed off from the side of the boat and swam the remaining distance to a large, stable sheet of ice connected to the shore. It clambered out of the water, shook its thick white coat, and turned to look back at the boat for a long moment. It was a look the fishermen would never forget, a silent acknowledgement. "I thank you," from the wild. The men watched until the bear disappeared into the snowy landscape, returning to its home. They didn't have much fish to show for their day's work, but they returned to port with something far more valuable, a story of compassion, courage, and an unforgettable connection between man and nature. Thank you so much for watching this incredible story unfold. If you were as moved as we were, please hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing content. We'll see you in the next video.